Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catting Crypto here. So, sorry for the lack of content today. I had a few things to sort out. It's kind of like leaving the washing up for a few days and then realizing I really should do that washing up, you know. I'm living on my own. It's only me who does stuff here, and when you've had a broken back for as long as I have, things tend to get built up around you. So, let's dive straight into it. There's a lot of good stuff going on. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. So let's dive straight into it. So firstly, I want to speak to you guys about the tax reimbursement form. Now, I'm going to leave a link to this in the description, and you can pretty much just do what you wish with it. Submit the form, and they'll tell you if you're eligible for a reimbursement. Now, I myself was getting hit with these delegation fees and incorrect charges. So if you did lose quite a lot to that, then you're able to get this back via this route, which is really good. And the taxing should be corrected now on the delegation side of things, which is really good. It's good to see these forward movements and stuff like that. So yeah, really interesting. Like I said, I'll leave a link to this in the description, and I'll leave a link to it on Ed's Twitter page as well. So now let's go over to the more weirder side of things. And I did write out a response really to this, but I thought, you know, I'm just going to sideline on this because I believe anybody getting themselves involved with a USTC repeg can open themselves liable for prosecution in the future, possibly, which is it's a scary thought for me. And I just don't want to have that overhanging thought, you know, that one day, you know, SEC could come for me because I live in the UK. I'm easily, you know, so there's all these kind of questions that I have about the repegging of USTC. Who owns USTC? Do we own it? Does Duquan own it? Who owns it? Is it decentralized like, you know, LUNACLASSIC is? We just don't know. We don't have access to that kind of information. But this one in itself is to lower the tax rate to encourage a higher on-chain volume. And I'm not going to read for any of this. There's a lot of information in it, and you know, it's really down to you guys as a community to decide if you want to allow the tax rate to get lowered from 1.2% down to 0.2% or 0.02%. 0.2%. But, you know, I just don't want to get involved with this. I always supported the burn tax in the beginning. It's in place. I don't understand why it needs to be changed so soon. If they want to encourage higher on-chain volume, we should encourage people to build on the blockchain, you know, inspire people to come use the technology and use Ethereum gas fees, you know, in comparison to our fees. They're really not that big. So very interesting to see, you know, people that want to cut. It's weird. For me, this is kind of like cutting a corner and going, well, we want more volume. What can we do now to get this volume? What can we do right now to get this volume, instead of going, okay, well, let's look at the more sustainable route of sourcing projects and looking for use cases and stuff like that. So in itself, I find it very interesting. And this is going to be a proposal that goes up. So it's going to be down to you guys how you actually want to vote on it. So I'll leave that to you. And what else I want to talk about is this whole idea behind a USTC repeg. Now, there's many people who have got different ideas on how they want to repeg USTC. And I think this is great. And the more the merrier to them. But I'm just not going to be getting involved directly myself. Because like I said, I believe anyone who restores this coin then has a responsibility to maintain the coin, to, you know, ensure that the peg is held and stuff like that. But what I really want to see, and considering on the Terra Rebels roadmap, they talk about intertwining the both Luna and LUNACLASSIC. Why, you know, if it comes down to it and we do repeg it and we need something to maintain the peg, why not use both Luna and LUNACLASSIC to hold the peg? It makes total sense to use those two coins if you are going to follow the route of reviving a coin like this. But there's always this contradictory issue I find with USTC, that they're just not addressing the holder situation. And you know, you can't just take people's USTC and turn it into another coin. That's not decentralization. We wouldn't be decentralized at that point. And we always need to make sure we're following these, you know, routes and guidelines. And it's very interesting. I know a lot of people would rather see a new stable coin in general, rather than us try and repeg or fix one that is broken. And, you know, people who built the system tried to save it and they couldn't save it. When they did try to save it, we ended up with 6.9 trillion LUNACLASSIC coins, and that got us to where we are now. So there's loads of kind of issues I find, but I've heard there's a new white paper coming out in a couple of days. When it does land, I hope it's a much better thought out one where it doesn't involve minting more LUNACLASSIC. It doesn't involve a mint to burn feature. It doesn't involve liquidating all USTC holders and then giving them LUNACLASSIC like that's normal, because that's not normal. Yeah, it's pretty interesting one in my opinion. And like I was saying about the lowering of this, you know, to encourage higher on-chain volume. Well, let's look at projects. Let's see what we can do with projects. You know, lowering the burn tax can work and it could be good, but you know, it's very interesting to see people already want to change this after I think it's not even been a week yet, has it? So very interesting to see this. And if you don't know what Agora Text is, or sorry, the Agora Terra money system, I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's pretty much if a proposal comes out, it's likely there's been an Agora Text that people have been speaking about for quite some time. And there's mixed feelings on this, and loads of people think it would be very beneficial to drop the burn tax number. And I can understand why, is because if you drop the tax more, the idea and theory behind it, I guess, is more people want to use the blockchain because the taxes are lower, but the taxes aren't that high anyway. So I'm super, yeah. And it's like what this dude here is saying. I think this is Alex Forshaw. With all due respect, numbers been moved makes it difficult to trust comments like this. But I know, speaking about like, you know, moving the goalpost, and it's kind of like they're doing it again now already. And, you know, this is, you don't, like, who's doing these kind of things, and, you know, I'm so confused. You can hear it in my voice. I'm so confused as to how they've gathered enough data within 7 days to be like, hey, you know, we need to lower this burn tax already. Very confused. Let me know what you think in the comment section about everything, because as you can hear in my voice, I'm pretty confused about this lowering the tax rate. Pretty scary, but also could be pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comment section, folks. Stay safe, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be me, and I'm never going to DM you or anything like that. If you need to get hold of me, head over to my Telegram, at me there. It's the best and, you know, the most direct place to get hold of me. There's no point you putting a comment in the YouTube comments and then, you know, being angry because I didn't see the comment. It's just, it's a different kind of format there, whereas if you jump in the Telegram group, you can just at me, get hold of me straight away there. So yeah, stay safe. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'll catch you in the next one.